It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I am all out of gum.
Give me your fucking money!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Well, hello there guys, and welcome to the channel everybody. Hope all of you have had a great day, or well, start of the day, for those of you who are waking up. I guess most of you should be waking up or should be asleep right now. Either way, let's quickly spend up some energy and, you know, carry on later. What's up, Lawrence? How are you doing? And JJ, and Farrago, and Yash, and everybody else. This is going to be a perfect auto fight situation, but we're not going to be auto fighting because it's still slower. Right we are. So now that everybody has had time to think a bit, what do you guys think of Guillotine's buff and or Thor Ragnarok buff? And how did you guys survive the maintenance? How long was the maintenance today? It was rumored to be 4 hours, which is like really long. But was it actually that long? Yeah, I think the biggest problem here is the first 40 hits with Thor Ragnarok. Like, you know, he's awful. Like, until he activates that, you know, power gain and stuff like that, and gets the level 3 active. And that hasn't changed. Still 40 hits, and he still does absolutely nothing until he gets there. So he might have the best damage in game afterwards, but that alone kind of makes sure that he's not going to be that used, I think. Think of champion like Namor, right? Take his awakened ability out. How much is unawakened Namor used? Because, you know, after he drops a level 3 or 2 of them, then he has very good damage. How many people actually do that? So that's there. And Guillotine buff, I think... Guillotine buff, I think, is on paper at the very least. Honestly, taking away the best thing about the character, the 2 best things. Some really potent regen and that massive level 3 that she can drop. Will it work out for the better? We'll see. But it's quite hard to call Guillotine an overhaul. Don't you guys think? I think we have had moderate buffs like in Bishop that actually changed the character more. Got Angela to rank 3 at Sig 100. Useful? Yeah, of course she's useful. Very good champion. Of course she's useful. Both are useless if there are existing champs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Both of those buffs, I feel. Like, think of Bishop and that's a moderate buff. And I look at Guillotine and there's like less change about her, I think, than about Bishop. I take up next Moleman or Thorax. Well, if you want prestige, then go Thorax. If you want Moleman, or if you want like usefulness, then go with Moleman, because Moleman is a phenomenal champion. What's up, William? How are you doing? Let's get some quirkier 6 stars in here. No new 6 stars, unfortunately, but you know, it's fine. Let's get that in. Black Panther, Ojitor, why not? Really should know. Yeah, I know. I know. It kind of feels empty. Like a lot of things for me right now. The Guillotine buff just seems like there was no love, no care, and it's just kind of like an empty. Both of these buffs seem like buffs for the sake of buffs. Besides the... Wait, who was other champion that got buffed last month? I forgot. We had the pathetic Gamora buff, and who else? Who was the other champion? You'll decide again now. I actually think Howard the Duck is much better than people realize. I think Howard the Duck is quite a bad example. Because I do think Howard the Duck is better than people think. Oh yeah, Miles, right. You know, there we go. Well, to be fair, it's hard to even call it a buff. Anyways, might be worth a video talking about these buffs in general, because I think both Thor Ragnarok and Gilly buff, and I'll just wait till they go live though first, I think. Then I'm going to talk about these buffs. Does it feel good, does it? Doesn't feel good. So Gabriel, how are you doing? And Trey and everybody else, Mr. Pernas. You're feeling better? You know, one day at a time. There's no magic to it. Just one day at a time. Yeah, I should be able to get that new Scarlet Witch 6-star next week, I think. Or in 2 weeks, or whenever it is. This is the point of this boss he wants to make. I don't quite agree. I don't quite agree. I don't think we're buffing champions for the sake of buffing them and not making them absolutely garbage. Because if that is the flat out goal, then nobody would give a shit about those buffs to begin with. I understand that not every champion can be amazing, but you know, look at the champions that are getting released. Not every one of those is amazing either. But every single one of the champions that are being released compared to the champions that are getting overhauled, sure shit has a lot more effort and love put into them, even if the abilities don't work out. Even if the abilities don't work out. Look at Guillotine's list of abilities. It's really brief. It's, you know, 70% of what it used to be, and it offers her exactly no new things. And whilst value updates are value updates, there's not much else to add. Overhaul's meant to be like a fresh, complete kit on a champion, according to what Kabam themselves have said. And, you know, it isn't. If you have a 6-star Mystic Awakening gem, would you awaken her? I'm not sure. I would need to play her unawakened, compare it to how she is awakened, and then figure it out. Look amazing. And yeah, I know it just feels bad right now with the whole buff situation. Not only they have reduced the number of buffs. Since that announcement, they also have reduced, you know, the point of them, I guess. To a degree, anyways. Obviously, we still need to see Thor Ragnarok and Gilly buff in action. Gilly buffs does seem relatively unique to me, though, to be honest. You can't really expect buff reworks to be frequently introducing new mechanics and stuff. Well, here's the thing. Guillotine's an overhaul, though, right? Not just like a moderate buff. And compare it to Bishop, compare it to King Groot, compare it to, you know, plenty of other things. It does a lot less when it's supposed to be more. Like, King Groot got the entire Malice thing and the whole, you know, Fury potency increase and stuff like that, and got a lot of things jiggled about it. Bishop got a ton more new stuff and more utilities than Guillotine did, and those are moderate buffs. And this is Guillotine's overhaul. And you know, you don't. Okay, let's go with you. Might not necessarily need not to introduce brand new spanking abilities, but you know, sure as well should pretend that you're trying to buff something, because the things that they kept, they made significantly weaker, namely Regen and Bleed on his base. And you know, they took away the best ability she had, and they gave her conditional Rapture against Bleed immunes, which, you know, in my book, you know, is not that big of a gain to the character. It's good to have, but whereas previously you just didn't use Guillotine against Bleed immunes, and now you can if he's high sig. I don't know, doesn't feel good. Venom Pool buff, I believe, is the best example of an overhaul buff, right? Venom Pool buff is a very good example of an overhaul. Yes. That is quite a good example of it. What's up, Evany? You rank up 6-star Longshot Diablo unawakened, 5-star Diablo awakened. 6-star Diablo. I would go with 6-star Diablo unawakened, because that's what I did myself. I took up my 6-star rank, well, 6-star and took Diablo at rank 3. No problems with him. But yeah, reading Guillotine's buff, it definitely felt more in the lines of moderate buff. And not even a good one. Not even a good one. So bounce. But you know, ultimately we still need to let those champions come to the game and test with them and stuff like that. But so far, that what I have read so far definitely doesn't inspire me. Even the best case scenario, if her damage is really good, will there be a lot of people using her for anything? Don't think so. You're saying, I guess we have to view buffs differently, but that's not what Kabam themselves have stated to be the point of these buffs. But that exactly that is Kabam has never stated that is their goal, and that is how we should look at them. And if that is all it is to buffing champions, then you know it's just extremely underwhelming and unfortunate, because it's again a huge missed opportunity. Wouldn't be less upset pulling them anyways, and that's done. Yeah, pretty much. You know, arguably, from what I have read so far, I can genuinely see more value in Guillotine now than I would after the buff. Because currently Guillotine, at the very least, have something very, very, very unique, which is hardly available in the game, which is ability to deal damage based on opponent's max health. And whilst it might not be the most used ability or anything like that, at least it's something in the chamber should I happen to need it. After the buff, there is absolutely nothing that's like really interesting about her. Maybe with the exception of that, you know, share the pain, but that share the pain again is like really, really, really situational. But they haven't said the champion should be impactful in game. They actually have. They actually have. Even in the most recent kind of like people outrage post, when people are talking either about Gamora buff or something else, they stated that not every buff is meant to jump on top of the roster and stuff like that. And not every buff is going to be intended for top tier players, which, you know, first of all, I find that even to be bullshit. But if they're saying that not every buff is meant to do that, then they are saying that buffs in general are meant to do that, or some of them at the very least are. You know what I mean? Otherwise they would say these buffs are not meant to be impactful in game or jump on top of your roster and stuff like that. But they haven't said that. They specifically made it a point to state that not every single one of those buffs is meant to do that. That means that some of them are. Hey, what's up, Doctor? Kabam's ignoring OG Avengers? Yeah. I still don't understand why. Still hate it. That definitely does irritate me, yes, to quite a substantial degree. I wasn't sure. Haven't been keeping up. Well, that's fair. So I'll clarify it. They have effectively stated that these buffs, at the very least part of them, are meant to be impactful on the game. And, you know, with that kind of explanation from themselves heading into the future, you'd think that the one buff in the year that people have voted for would actually be the one that can benefit everybody and actually be impactful. Because this is the one champion that people actually voted for. Imagine what would be a reaction if Hercules was an absolute dud. Because that's the other champion that people have voted for. Imagine if Hercules was Super Skrull. What's up, Deepak? 6 are OG Cup American, not Chelsea Gatey. I have some of them quite duped up as well, don't worry. But yeah, I know the feels, it sucks. Hey, what's up, Dexter? And here's the problem as well. The game is not in a good way right now. And if that isn't a motivation, please the players, then, you know, I don't know what is. As far as I'm concerned, right now, every day, the game's headed down and quick. Every single day, somebody's losing a lot of money right now. And if this is not the time, throw players some bones. When is? I want Torbach to be as good as Crossbones. You mean OG Torbach or Thor Ragnarok that is already happening? Thor Ragnarok buff will be in no way, shape or form as good as Crossbones. What's up, Excellent? How are you doing? Today's the day I hopefully get my shit together. Oh wait, I actually need to do something very quick on my phone. I need to submit a medication request, because medication requests, it's a very stupid system. I can submit them from 8 to like 10 something and then they close. It's stupid, but I'm basically out of my painkillers and that's just been adding to the, you know, fun. So just give me a second. I need to submit my wonderful medication request. Come on, let's go. Just gonna take it doesn't take long. Take myself. Medication requests. No. Okay, here we go. That's done. My bad, guys. I'm gonna need to speak with them next time to change my pharmacy to something closer, because, you know, it's gonna be quite a way for me back now. My old pharmacy. Yeah, top me up. Okay, I want to check something out. Okay, now. Wait, why did... Oh, right, I'm not awakened. Never mind. No, wait on this guy. Thor Rags, yeah, Thor Rags, I think honestly they should just throw that champion out. I think Thor Ragnarok should be thrown out of this game. I think Thor Ragnarok is the worst MCOC adaptation of any MCU champion, if that makes sense, or MCU version of champion. I think it absolutely does not reflect Thor in any capacity from any time period, not from Thor 1 to Thor 2, Thor 3, or obviously Thor Ragnarok. I think they took a character from 2 minutes of that fight with Hulk. It does not show what Thor was at the beginning of that movie. It does not show Thor at the end of that movie. And in general, it just doesn't show who Thor is. It doesn't look like Thor, really. It doesn't fight or behave like Thor. It doesn't have, like, I don't know, the stance. Thor didn't have hunchback at any point there. And, you know, in general, it just seems like, I don't know, a brute, you know, some sort of berserker type of character that would generically fit in pretty much any middle-aged game, like, I don't know. He reminds me of one of the foot soldiers from, like, Heroes 3. It was like a strategy game. It's just like a berserker, you know, go and attack somebody. That's about it. I don't think it's Thor. I look at that champion and I don't think of it as Thor. Can you please make a video about unit mass for free to play? Well, I actually did. And there is one. I have made a video on what resources, how much I earned with moderate grinding in 1 week. And the results might be shocking. Rank spotlight and buff treatment. Well, I believe you were, yes. I don't think that the Thor ranks buff addresses any of the actual problems with Thor. Because even right now, you know, fully synergized, once you drop the level 3, stuff like that, you can put in work. He really can. And, you know, afterwards, he can do the same thing, just better. The problem is the thing that he does is not worth doing because nobody wants to be bothered with a champion where you need to get to level 3 or 40 hits before you start doing something. An average fight in this game is shorter than 40 hits. Like Alliance vs. Alliance or stuff like that. Most of those fights do not reach the 40 hit mark. Unless it's like mini boss or boss fight or something very tricky. I'll show it right now. Thor Ragnarok has the damage, and everybody's going to be making the... I'll obviously make the damage comparison videos when those buffs go live as well. I will. I promise that. But... just like Gamora's value update didn't address the problem with Gamora, which is, you know, a stressful playstyle. Where you can't realistically keep dropping those heavy attacks, and you shouldn't try. Then this also doesn't really address any of the issues with Thor. Well, no, again, like, what they did to Thor has absolutely not changed my expectations or thoughts about what they're doing with new champions. Because I think it's the buffs themselves the problem, not the champions. You know, I don't think anybody in Kabam looked at, oh, this is Thor, we're gonna not make him good. I think they are thinking more in the lines of, this is a, you know, a buff, therefore we're not gonna bother. Or they looked probably at some of his numbers, and, you know, overall in this length of fight he does okay. But okay, so let's go in Realm of Legends. Yeah, I'm gonna check out some of the Thor synergies. I would generally be super happy if they just swapped out Thor Ragnarok for an entirely different character. No, Guillotine. I doubt Guillotine's gonna be amazing. You can check out my video on it as well. I really doubt that Guillotine's gonna be amazing. To me, actually, Guillotine sounds like a lateral move with very little actual improvement. Okay, so which champions do I want? Hulk Ragnarok. Doesn't matter. Oh wait, Hulk Ragnarok might matter. Yeah, okay, so Hulk Ragnarok. Korg. Hulk Ragnarok, Korg. Proxima and Sending any special attack inflict shock debuff dealing. Okay, that might be. Okay, anyways, we're gonna try this out. So let's go Thor Ragnarok. And I want Hulk Ragnarok. Then I want Korg, which I need to try and find desperately. A lot of people don't understand that Thor Ragnarok already can do a lot of damage if he's fully synergized out. And Proxima is the last one that I need. Is the buff even live yet? No, the buff is not live. The buff is not live. But I want to, you know. Anyways, let's go with it. So first things first, and my cam got stuck. I'll unstuck it in a second. I don't know why it does it. Oh well, 1 second. 1 second, let me unstuck it. Just give me a second. I just need to get a DSLR camera at some point, but there's no way I can do it right now. Do you like Kitty so far? I do like her. I think she's busted. I think she's quite busted. Here we go. We are back. Okay, anyways. Let's do the Winter Soldier fight. A bit slow now, but you know. And it's lagging. Why can't I catch a break? Why can't I catch a break? Right, so let's go to Thor Ragnarok. The base point is, I need to get the 40 hits. Sorry, 30 now with Proxima. So at this point we activate level 3. And you know. Now you can do download damage. Now we can do damage. More damage. And a little. Hey, what's up, Robski? How are you doing? I don't know why my camera is lagging again. And, you know. At this point, it's not too bad, is it? 87 hits. Actually, rank 5 5-star can probably do it pretty much the same. 1 sec. Let me try a few things. That was actually, in fact, the first time I have been using Thor Ragnarok. No, it's still super laggy. Which, you know, just adds to the nothing works type of thing. Well, I guess we're gonna have a laggy camera. Hey, what's up, Reg? How are you doing? Okay, so let's do it again. Let's do it this time, getting hit 20 times. Can I survive that? I probably can. Oh, come on. So I have room for 3 special decks. Korak's Curse. You know, like everything about this character I genuinely dislike. I don't think it much looks like Thor. Okay, let's go then. Need to get 30 hits. Hey, what's up, K-Dog? %2 health. Come on, baby boy. There we go. There we go. Good shock damage, 81 hits, so it's pretty much the same thing there. Either way, you know, I'm sure he's gonna have more damage. That's what it is. But here am I talking about a disappointing Thor as well. Painful to watch getting knowing how amazing unique he was in film. Yeah, no, it genuinely feels bad. I'm not gonna lie, it genuinely feels bad. Hey, what's up, Prince? How are you doing? How are you doing, Prince? It's just, you know, that's not Thor. That's not Thor. What's up, RH? Well, that that is exactly what they did to Thor. They gave him more damage. The champion where, you know, damage was definitely not the greatest, but, you know, that was far from the main problem. Let's pretend buffs are mediocre because of all the effort making Null and Anti-Venom OP. Well, there is a big difference though, because a lot of people will not have the opportunity to play with Null and or Anti-Venom for a really long time. Getting new champions is not an easy thing. Most people do have a chance to play with buffs though. That sound capacity. Missed my stream so much. My apologies for that. I'll try my best. I'll try my best to, you know, return to a normal upload schedule. I'm not saying I want a chubby Thor. I'm saying that chubby Thor would be 10 times better than what Thor Ragnarok currently is. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I also think that there is very slim chance that both of those champions are actually good. I do think that there's a good chance that one of them will be. I don't think that there is a good chance that both of them will actually be good. You know, they might be alright and stuff like that, but I don't think they're gonna release two kind of like broken OP champs. New channel? What new channel? What new channel? A bit over from the movie? Well, even that's better than what we have here. Need a rocket buff? Rocket buff would be nice, yeah. Rash Panda needs some love. Rash Panda needs some love. Why is it so laggy? One second. I cannot stand it. Let me reinstall the driver again. Since the driver got an update, it's been like this, which I hate. Oh, I hope we're back to normal now. It seems better. Seems better. All these technical issues. Challenge you to find the JJ message where she doesn't say hi to someone. I know, right? That's all she does. Hi, 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 hi. Hi. Yeah, I think it's pretty much confirmed that, you know, Broccoli designed anti-venom. So placement bet anti-venom will be yeah, I think so. I think anti-venom can be the better. Venom movie in a week. Ooh, that means I have 2 movies to catch up. That means I have 2 movies to catch up now. I don't think I'm gonna be grinding Arena at all for a while. Just don't care enough for the game. Maybe I will. Maybe by then I'll be better. But if I'm feeling remotely the way I am now, I just can't I can barely bring myself to play this game. And that's my job. Unless something, you know, really positive happens to the game or, you know, in my life or something like that. There's no way in hell I can force myself to put in that amount of effort, compete with that amount of bots, or even have the money necessary for you know, refreshing stuff. I'm good with less than broken. I just want standard to be good. Say so. Stream. Yeah, exactly. I don't want broken champions. I want interesting champions that have a purpose. That's absolutely correct there. You know, just want interesting champions that do have a purpose. I don't think that's crazy. You know, I don't think that's a horrible thing to ask or hope for. Nah, whatever. Have you seen the so long awaited October side quest? I haven't seen it, but no matter how good that side quest is, and camera again got luck. Jesus fucking Christ. I see nothing. See nothing. Okay. Let's try this out for a bit. Try this out for a bit. I'm using a bit different camera right now. I guess I can just use this camera for a bit. This is my shitty camera, but kind of seems okay. This is my like webcam. So, this, what do you guys think? Is it any good? Yes, you like that camera lighting? Oh, thank you. I'm from Turkey. Well, yeah. And that camera is good. Also, long as it works. So long as it works. Yeah, seems that this one is working better. For now. Featured 5-star crystal worth it as Shang-Chi. Well, you know, in basic crystal you still have a lot less chance of getting the champion, so it's up to you to decide whether it's worth it for you. It's up to you to decide whether it's worth it for you. Anyways, but the so long awaited side quest. Problem with so long awaited side quest is that no matter how much and what they are giving to us, it, you know, won't make this month good. So your Spider-Ham is still rank 1? Well, I do have a rank 5 5-star, so I'm in no rush to rank up Spider-Ham. Only time I will rank him is A, if I do happen to dupe him, and B, if I do want to take him to rank 3, which I currently don't. You know. Oh shit. Look at that. I'm gonna hit to level 3 in a second. Yeah, what's up, Arman? If Epic boss is doubling up poisonous. Whoopsie, I got wrecked. With a 1 level 3, and literally 1 level 3. 5-star max rank 5 or 6-star rank 2. 6-star rank 2. I do not know what's happening with that poison doubling up, sorry. I haven't fought APOC actually this week as well. I haven't had the chance to. So we generally got Shang-Chi. I'll just save for the next one. Do that. Sounds like a plan. You know, nothing wrong with saving up a bit for next one. There you go. At 37 million, well, best of luck there, excellent, right? Best of luck. European Colossus with no synergies, unawakened. Is he good after 624? He's useful still. You know, another champion that I would commit too much to, unawakened. Especially if you don't have synergies, but in general, he can still put in work. I think a lot of people underestimate what Colossus can do. Will Penny make the cut for next featured 5-star? Yeah, definitely. She's even in the 6-star, so she will be in the 5-star. Kitty Pride also will be, I think, in next featured 5-star. What's up, Kingslayer? How are you doing? There you go. There you go. What? Whatever, Juggernaut just hit me. I don't care. Die. Just die, Juggernaut. What's up, Sarudas? It's been a long time. It's been a while indeed. How am I doing? You know, same old, kind of. Come on then. Get some Furies in there and let's finish it up. Shang-Chi, if Shang-Chi is in the basic pool, Shang-Chi is available in dual class crystal. Special Crystals banger. Eric, Penny, Kitty, and Nimrod. Yeah, I think so. Should be quite good. 5-star feature should be quite good. 6-star feature is not gonna be that great. This 6-star feature won't have Kitty Pride Nimrod. You are absolutely correct. Yes. They will not have it. Is based on tier list. I hate those people. Hate is a very strong word. I disagree with those people, you know. I encourage people not to do it, but I don't necessarily hate anyone for that. You know what I mean? Hate is a very, very strong word. You shouldn't use this really. But, you know, the base point I agree with. You know, not good for yourself to judge champions by some meaningless tier list, be that mine or anybody else's. Whoopsies. Hate lag and dropped inputs. I think that's fair. Because, you know, hate is much easier to justify when you're not directing it towards other human beings or living things. And, you know, lag and dropped inputs have nothing good about them, unlike people. So that's, you know, that's fine. That you can hate. Rank 5 Archangel or APOC. I drank up Archangel personally. APOC is good as well, but you know, in general, I recommend ranking up Archangel. So maintenance helped anyone? I don't know. I have no clue. They released 7.3. I think it's probably going to be second week in October, most likely. It's most likely going to be second week in October. Ever thought of quitting the game? Yes. Of course I have. Of course I have. I don't think a single player who has played for as long as I have hasn't given it a thought. Guillotine's gonna be another good one. We'll see. I'll see. You know, I can say that it doesn't look very promising, but at the same time, we should just wait and see a bit what happens. Just wait and see a bit what happens. Seem like a Marvel funny. Anyone you want to see in the game? I want to see Spot. Also Baltrog the Leaper, but not the MCU version. I want to see the, you know, animated version. He was funny in some of the cartoons, but I want to see Spot. Spot is like a minor Spider-Man villain, but he has a really cool power set. And, you know, I just like him as a character. I'd like to see Spot. Well, to be fair, this maintenance is not, or there is a good chance that this maintenance has more to it than we know, because this maintenance was 4 hours. Or was scheduled for up to 4 hours, so they're clearly going in it and some sort of bigger task than normal. Yeah, that's where I know him from as well, the Spidey's 90s cartoon. And I know that, you know, he's not the coolest character or anything like that. Oh, crap. But, I don't know, I like him. I do like him. Just bring Mike Tyson to the game, maybe. What's up, Inferno? How are you doing? Got Cap World War II. Ah, sorry to hear, man. Sucks. It was just a dream. Oh yeah, the dream it was. The dream it was. I also had a dream. MCOC with no bugs. Imagine that. 0 bugs in MCOC. Nimrod does interest me. It really does, but the game does not interest me enough to actually try and get Nimrod immediately right now. I think that's the thing. 3 months ago, I would have grinded for Nimrod for sure, 100%. Right now, I just don't have enough love or emotion or devotion to this game to grind 3 days non-stop for a character that, you know, might be cool, but good CGR's 5-star. That's a good pull. It's a good pull. Congratulations. Body Panther or Blade. I don't recommend ranking up either one of them, to be honest. Don't recommend ranking up Jabari or Blade, to be honest, right now. Maybe Blade. I'm not saying that I'm quitting. I'm not quitting right now. Not quitting right now. And you know, I'd like to have him for prestige reasons. Absolutely correct. Because you know, he's still like 6th or something in prestige, so it's very good. I'm not quitting. Like, I've never said it. And you know, I don't intend to right now. But I'm not too far off. I'm generally not too far off. I'd say that I'm probably around a bad month away from quitting, something like that. You know, or maybe 2. I'm just, I don't know. I guess at this point I'm a bit in misbelief and the things Kabam is doing, and perhaps more importantly about things that Kabam is not doing. If I do quit, what games do I have in mind? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I go through, right? Well, that's the thing, I don't. Not to this degree. I have had plenty of phases where I felt disenchanted with the game, you know. But never this bad. Never this bad. And I think the biggest thing about it is I don't think Kabam gets it. I really don't think Kabam gets it. Like, these mediocre bots and, you know, nothing new in the game, and mediocre champions. It's follows several logical trends of thought. Kabam had some great buffs, some awful buffs, whatever. But in general, every month, everybody was excited to see which 3 champions, because you know, 3 champions get buffed. Out of 3 champions, there's quite a good idea that, you know, at least one of them is probably going to be, at the very least, decently good. You know, you can't win them all. Then Kabam posts announcement that they're reducing the buffs to, you know, people. But they give reasons that, you know, they don't feel good enough about these buffs. You know, fair enough, or they don't have time and stuff like that. Then the month after, they release arguably the most meaningless piece of shit buff on Gamora that we have seen. It's just frustrating, but you know, it's probably something that has been working prior, something that it would take me 5 minutes to design better, more balanced champion. Honestly, the only thing she really needed, adding 1 line of text, taking from copy-paste from Wasps, give her a passive stun on heavy attack. That's it. Already much better champion, and then you can add whatever else you want and change up things. So that tells to me that not only people who do it don't care, it also tells me that they are inept. It literally would take 3 minutes to make Gamora a better champion with changing 1 line of text. So that is frustrating. But you kind of give them a pass for the idea that that buff was probably, you know, kind of backdated. They do work probably some month or 2 or 3 in advance and stuff like that. And they just made that announcement. They probably just didn't have time to revisit and actually make it good. Then they released these 2 buffs, and these 2 buffs, I think, again, just fail to address the things that are wrong with the champions, you know? After level 3 damage on Thor Ragnarok has never been the problem. The problem is getting to that level 3, or the fact that you have to do 40 hits to get that power gain. It's too long. No matter what you give to him, 40 hits is longer than an average fight, you know? You go in KV EQ, you go in AW, you don't go in IQ, you typically don't do 40 hit fights. Or if you do, then at the 40 hit mark, you'd expect the fight to be, you know, almost over. And it's not like after that level 3, you know, he's God. Good. But he doesn't immediately, you know, becomes immortal, unblockable, indestructible, and, you know, all that stuff. And then Guillotine buff on paper actually looks like a downgrade, because they're taking away the coolest thing about Guillotine, which is that special 3. Without giving anything on top of it. You know, the Degen is a very weak substitute. The level 1 utility is unlikely to be of relevance, and the fact that she can get Rapture against bleed immune opponents, first of all, you will need Sig 200 to be 100% of that Rapture, and second of all, you know, it doesn't make her better in a fight. It just lets her do some fights that she couldn't do before. How that can be? How that can be? If they just... And yeah, that's meant to be an overhaul. We have moderate buffs that have significantly more impactful changes than Guillotine. And Guillotine is meant to be overhauled. And how that can be when they post an announcement that they say that we want to make sure that these buffs matter, and we want to put in work, and we want to make them proper and stuff like that. Literally a month and a half after that announcement, they keep doing the same shit in much significantly worse proportions, because previously if they released 3 champions, then typically one at the very least is, you know, decently good. Now when they release 2, for most part, it looks that both of them are kind of take it or leave it. And on top of that, Guillotine is a champion that allegedly won the players' vote. You know? People voted for that shit. Imagine what would be the reception if Hercules was that shit. Hercules was Super Skrull. What do people say and do? And that's obviously not the... That's obviously not the end of it. That's when it comes to these champion things. When it comes to these event things, it shows that clearly somebody who doesn't play the game has designed those objectives. Nobody who plays the game would release these objectives, where you have to waste a ton of time, ton of energy, doing shit that you don't care about to try and get subpar rewards. Only reason, literally only reason people actively are doing them, those who are because of the dangling carrot in the October month. But here's the thing. These month rewards are so bad that by the time October comes, I'm not gonna be happy for whatever they give me. I'm gonna feel like they owe me that shit from last month. Because typically, we get like 15%, you know, 20% tier 5 class catalyst fragment things in between side, you know, objectives and side event. This month we get like 5. Right? So they removed 15% off. Next month they're saying that they're gonna give us 25% selector. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm still fucking 10% tier 5 CC fragments short over the period of 2 months. On an average month, I'd get 20% tier 5 CC fragments from these side events. So on an average month, 20% each, so I'd get a total of 40%. So 2 months in a row, let's say January and, you know, February, I got 40% of tier 5 CC fragments over this period of 2 months. And now, in between September and October, instead of 40%, I'm gonna be likely getting 30%. Because we're gonna get 25% selector and, you know, 10%, 5% is this month or something like that. So, at this point, because they made the rewards for this month so shit, no matter what they do in October, I feel like they owe me that crap. And yeah, making 1 month better is no excuse to make the first month absolutely and tolerably awful as far as I'm concerned. So again, it shows me the people who are making this game don't play and or understand or care for what they're doing. Because I don't think anybody who actually plays the game would make objectives like that and reasonably expect people to do them for those rewards. No? Champion balance is being thrown at the wall as well. How can we have Hercules, Shang-Chi, and, you know, Kitty Pryde released alongside fucking Super Skull and Psycho Man? That tells me people who are in charge of actually, you know, checking that what comes into this game, balancing these champions, are not very good at what they do. How can put together Super Skull and put together Hercules in a fight? Or put together Psycho Man and Kitty Pryde. Shang-Chi and Purgatory. Obviously not every champion can be an absolute hit, but how can you get that much of a difference? Hercules has more endgame relevance in his little pinky than, you know, Super Skull has, period. Then you need to talk about errors and mistakes. Take yesterday, for example. They posted a guillotine, they tweeted out Guillotine Champion Spotlight with a link that sent people to Guillotine 2099 Champion Spotlight. Okay, a quick mistake, somebody pasted a wrong link or something, but it took over an hour to fix it, or about an hour to fix it. What does that tell you? That whoever did it has no clue what they did wrong. And that again leads me to the point that people who work for Kabam either are incredibly inept or just don't care. I have utmost faith that 90% of the people in my game chat right now would do much better job at significant positions in Kabam than the people who actually do it. Because people who are in charge of making those tweets and, you know, making those decisions don't know why we play this game. I'm not saying nobody there does, but plenty of them definitely don't. And here's the biggest thing that is pushing me away from the game. I don't see the desperation. I don't see the shame. I don't see the urgency. I don't feel that people are pulling all-nighters in Kabam offices. They are killing their own game. They are making my friends and, you know, leave the game. And they care the least about it. They care for their paycheck, of course they do. But, you know, MCOC goes bust, you know, they're probably gonna get assigned to a new game in there or something. And obviously, I might be absolutely wrong, and there are people who absolutely love Malcolms or champions and stuff like that. And I'm sure there are some, but I don't see them caring. Because if they did, can't explain the things that are happening right now. And then the obvious question is, if they don't care, why should we? And you're quite right, Kalantak. I do agree. I think that is one of the biggest things that has led us here. I think the fact that vast majority of the content creators for this game are in CCP and are pretty much flat out refusing to post negative feedback is what's digging the grave even deeper. You know, like look at Guillotine's buff, for example. Check out every single review, whatever, from CCP members. Every single title is big bleeds, seems super promising, so on and so forth. Whereas about 80% of the comments are people worried, people not liking the buff. So here is the difference. 80% of content creators have uploaded saying that they're excited and that they like the buff. 80% of community says that they don't like the buff and they're not excited. Why is there such a huge disconnect? Because CCP members are inclined to see things the way Kabam does, not the way the community does. And if that doesn't convince you of that, then I don't know what else will. And I'm not inviting people to hate on any single individual in particular. I don't think that there is like a malicious thing that they are doing. I do think that it is definitely a subconscious bias, which I talked about it on yesterday's stream, but the brief cutout would be very simple. As in, imagine your brother stole a car. And you have a brother and he steals a car. You will not and imagine you have like good relationship with your brother. You will not automatically call him scum or criminal. You'll ask questions. You'll try to understand why he did it, why, you know, what led to him doing so. And, you know, who knows? Perhaps you're going to even help him get out of the trouble, you know, hide him, protect him, whatever. Even though you know it's going to be a bad thing that you're doing, even though if you're not going to think that you're doing the right thing, you still might do it. Because you care for your brother, you care for your family, just like for very good friends, stuff like that. And imagine reading the same article in news. Tony Wanker stole a Nissan Micra. You'd think that Tony Wanker is a right proper tosser. That's it. You wouldn't go past that. And you know, if somebody asked you about the event, you'd say, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Tony Wanker is probably a tosser. And that's just how people are. It's not that you'll be doing anything malicious in either one of those two scenarios. It's just that if you happen to communicate with people frequently and talk to them, you empathize with them. You're more likely to be more understanding, more forgiving. And, you know, more careful with what you say. You don't want to hurt feelings because you can still have to keep talking. For instance, imagine a situation like, remember that I made a video digging in Kabam mic. And, you know, I'm not particularly necessarily proud of what I did, but I still stand by it. I don't think he's very good at his job. You know, I wish him all the best on private life, but I don't think he's very good at what he does. Would I have made that video if I would speak about Mike in my PMs every day? Hell no. At best, I would message him. tried to advise him, I tried to help him out, I tried to make him better at what he does. If I cared for him, if I cared for him, like, you know, deeply past the very basic human emotion. If he was my friend or, you know, acquaintance. Whenever he did that, I wouldn't make a video. I would message him, I'd say, you know, that doesn't seem cool, or, you know, maybe you should do it better and stuff like that. And that is the same thing with CCP, you know. I'm sure that privately, plenty of them are not over the moon with a lot of things Kabam does. But they didn't talk about it publicly because they want to save somebody's feelings. They, you know, don't want to burn any bridges because to some degree their financial well-being is also dependent on, you know, staying in good graces of Kabam and things like that. So the same things here. It's not necessarily that I think of CCP, any individual member of CCP, as bad. I don't. I think they're all probably awesome human beings, you know. I'm not necessarily super friends with any of them, but no, I think they're fine. Do I think the fact that CCP exists the way it does, in a format it does, is bad for the game and the community? Yes. 100%. I think a lot. I think over time, the fact that people are not speaking openly about this game, and are trying to clutch to every single positive thread whilst ignoring the negatives, has hurt the game and the community much more than it has helped. And that's me not trying to be mean, nasty to anyone. Again, you know, every single CCP member, as far as I know, seem like good people. I'm not the best friends with them, and, you know, probably will never be, but wish them all the best. Privately and whatever. Okay, getting. Well, yeah, exactly. That type of thing that you're talking about. Content creators came together and did something. That type of thing will never happen in this game again. It will never happen in this game. Because all the biggest content creators would not do that. And yes, Guillotine buff does not look like complete overhaul. It really does not. Really does not. Do you see it changing? I see some of those problems going in background. I don't necessarily see it changing. In terms of CCP, definitely not. Not right now. What I do see happening, realistically, is Kabam doing... And the only thing I think they actually can do right now, without, you know, completely overhauling their business model, only thing that I actually can see right now is that they get a major win. As in, that the problems that exist don't seem as relevant anymore. Because there's something overshadowing and outshining them. Like, I don't know, let's say they release the solo individual mode and alliance raids, and everybody's in love with those game modes. You know, super exciting, it's quite rewarding. And that's what everybody can talk about. It's not that the current problems won't exist. It's more that people won't care as much because there's going to be something that they enjoy about the game more. I think that's the reason why the game is in such a bad place again right now. It's not that we have kind of lack of content, even though people say like, oh, there's content drought. Fuck off. Last 5 months have been the most content we have ever gotten in the history of this game. The reason why it doesn't feel so and why people don't care as much about it is, you know, because as soon as that content's over, we're here. There hasn't been any major changes to the game in terms of game modes, ability sets. There hasn't been any, you know, new game like in-fight mechanics, stuff like that. That is what the game needs. So I don't necessarily see all or most of these problems with the game changing. I do, however, see that something should happen that kind of like just lets us forget, or lets us not think about it. Let's move on. Imagine if you're in a relationship and you know you have like some sort of marital issues, and you know, I don't know, your wife's starting to piss you off because she's nagging all the time, and ultimately there are like deep problems in your relationship that you should work out. Then all of a sudden you win lottery, and you know your wife starts nagging you, not because she has started feeling different, but just because she's happy. She's getting her dreams fulfilled. You know, she has money, she can buy shit that she cares about, and it's not that anything changed in regards to the problems that you had before, but it's that you have something else that's more important, or you know, takes away from those problems. And that is what I think Kabam needs right now. Kabam needs to win the lottery, because they can't fix everything that's wrong with the game. They can just make us look the other way and not care about as much what's wrong with it. There. Okay. Yeah, I never thought that, you know, Dave joining Kabam will make for significant change, to be honest, either. You know, I wish him all the best, but, you know, company is bigger than one employee, and yeah, it's more than likely just to be on a move. When did I get 6-star penny? When I bought Kitty Pride Early Access bundles. Why wasn't there much coverage at 7.3? I don't know. I didn't even follow it much. Probably because there wasn't much demand for it. Someone's making the game by themselves, aside from the bugs, September side request. Yeah, exactly. They are doing it themselves. What do you think about 7.3? Well, I love 7.1. I love 7.2. Hope 7.3 is good. That's what I think. Only reason game survived all these years is because Marvel IP. 100% correct. That is a 100% correct statement right there. This game would be dead 10 times over if it wasn't Marvel. That's another thing that I think is bringing it down, because this game doesn't seem to have too much respect for Marvel. You know? This year, this game seems, you know, partially Gabe's imaginary superhero squad than it does Marvel. It has completely ignored every single Marvel cinematic release, which was one of its strengths, and you know, a lot of champions that should be at prime positions in this game are absolute turds. So yeah, I don't think that, you know, I think there is something rotten in that. I do think that there is a very nasty, probably trivial reason why it's happening. Why we stopped getting movie versions of characters. Why, you know, We're getting more MROC champs and Gabe's champs and stuff like that. I just wish it all stopped. I really don't. And fingers are top faves. Remember, Kabam, Dave, feel more like. Yes. Thanks, Prince. Hey, what's up, IX? How are you doing? So the best we can hope is sweeping under the rug. I would not necessarily say sweeping under the rug. I'm sure that over long term they would try to address some of those issues. But there is no way in hell they can fix all of it fast enough. They just can't. Hey, what's up, Legacy Line? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, exactly, Taz. You were talking out of your ass. Well, either way, it doesn't matter, man. Not right now, it doesn't. I could use Falcon, I could use one of those. No, this doesn't matter. I'll just use this guy. Waiting for a buff used to be exciting. You're absolutely correct. Unfortunately, it hasn't. Because, well, the first thing is they reduced it from 3 to 2, and that has had more impact than we think. Because before, when we got 3 buffs a month, you know, we kind of expected at least one of them to be decent. The post that they posted made it sound like every buff that they're going to work on is going to be, you know, meaningful. But it isn't. In reality, none of the buffs that we have gotten seem super meaningful. Yeah, well, relics are coming, as far as I know. Something has to come though, like, you know, whether I like it or not, something has to happen. My personal choice would be 7 stars. Because, you know, I know a lot of people are super against it, but that would be my personal choice. Because it's an evil that we know, and we have had historic precedents of it, and, you know, we know how it can work. But it has to be 7 stars. It has, or relics, or the death of this game. Or maybe an option D that, you know, we're not aware of. But it has to be something. Yeah, I know. That has led me to just not watching videos at all anymore on those channels, or maybe 1 of 10 uploads, stuff like that. I just don't believe it, you know, and I don't believe the things that I hear from some content creators. So if I don't believe what I'm listening to, why would I care to spend my time watching it? So I don't. I have stopped watching quite a lot of content creators for that reason. Just because I don't believe the things that are being said. And again, this is no invitation to talk ill of anybody in particular. But, yeah. You know, here's the thing. there are content creators who can say only the good things, or, you know, neutral and positive things about any champion, rework, release information, stuff like that. What they really think, you can decide by their rosters. If a content creator really likes the champion, they will do everything in their power to acquire that champion via cabs or an arena grind or whatever that be. And if they really think what they say when they say this champion is so amazing and stuff like that, they will sure as shit rank up those champions. Take a look at their roster. You know, somebody says Vulture, I want rank 3, and you know, he's super cool. Give them 2-3 months. Check when the video was posted. And you know, whenever they're grinding arena or, you know, uploading a video, check out, see if he or they have ranked up that Vulture. Don't, you know, put it like a negative spin on it. It's a good test. Because, you know, for one, if I think a champion is absolutely insane, amazing, whatever, I'll rank him up. Simple as that. I'll do what I can to get him, and I'll rank him. But hey, what's up, MrWTF? I'm gonna be finishing up the stream today. It came in just at the very end. I think I'm gonna be finishing up the stream in a sec. I think we are done here. Simply use CCB taking advantage of curiosity. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But you know, whatever. Again, I'm not here to judge, and ultimately I wish all the best to all the content creators, stuff like that. Doesn't mean I agree with everything that they say or do. And this every champion is amazing thing is bullshit. It really pisses me off. Really, really does. And yeah, if you want to test for yourself, just check how hard that content creator has tried to acquire the champion, and check whether they have ranked him up. It's like, I don't think I have any champion that I really like really think is good champion, and I have not taken up to 5-star rank 5 or a 6-star rank 2-3. Like, take a look at, like, you know, it's not that hard to rank up a 6-star. Got Kitty Pride in a rank 3 her immediately and using Jacobkanda. You know, got Penny ranked her up. It's not like you have to wait a month to get the champion ranked up, especially to like a rank 5 5-star or rank 2 6-star level. So yeah, if I think a champion is really good, I'll rank him up. There are some obviously rank ups that I do want to rank, and there are some things that I'm holding out on, like in science class, for instance. You know, when it comes to 6 stars, I do know that She-Hulk's really good, but I do have rank 5 5-star, so I'm not rushing to him up. I do think that Void is a really good champion, but he needs Sig 200, and I have maxed out 5-star. But check if those people genuinely have, at the very least, maxed out 5-star, or a 6-star rank 2, or a 6-star rank 3. And then you can know if they actually believe what they say about champions. You know? That's it. Because I have ranked up plenty of champions that I'm doubtful, but I want to know, and I want to test. And obviously I'm not in CCP, so I sometimes do random rank ups. But any single champion that I really think is really good, I have ranked up. And so does anyone. You make it your priority. You make it happen. Anyways, that will do for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. might be back later today. And, you know, all the best. See ya.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all